What is going on, YouTube and Power Ranger fans and collectors? As always, welcome back to another video where we talk about everything that is going on in the multiverse of Power Rangers every single week. As you guys can tell from the thumbnail and the title of today's video, I should say, we're going to be talking about the Playmates Toys and Hasbro partnership, or both Hasbro teaming up with Playmates Toys to make newer figures and try to see where things are going to go for the future of the franchise, such as adaptations, original series without Sentai, or Super Sentai, I should say. I swear, I feel like there's something stuck or somewhere in my throat, so my apologies if I make that sound throughout the video. Now, before you get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, then please make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below your favorite Power Ranger season, and don't forget to hit that bell with all notifications on to never miss out on another video every single week in the multiverse of Power Rangers. And I will be showing off some images of the things that were posted or mentioned on the toybook.com website that was talking about the Hasbro teaming up partnership with Play Toys, or whatever it's called already. I think I said that right. Playbook Toys, Play Toys, whatever the hell it's called. And I will be showing off a little bit of footage from Black Nerd Comedy. So not credit, but you guys get what I mean. The shout out, well, definitely want to give a big shout out to Andre, also known as Black Nerd Comedy, because like I mentioned just now, I'm going to show off a little bit of footage of some of the things that he was talking about from his video, from talking about specifically this that I'm bringing up right now from today. Now, after reading this from earlier today, I was a little shocked, but let's read it. Right. Hasbro, a leading toy and game company, today announced a global licensing agreement with Playmates Toys, a global toy design, development, marketing, and distribution company to produce and distribute Power Rangers product. Playmates is debuting its first Power Rangers collection with a kid-targeted Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toy line in 2025. Just from rereading that part from the article, it makes me wonder if we're actually going to get that animated Power Rangers series in 2025, because that was originally supposed to happen back in 2010 on Nicktoons or Nickelodeon. I forgot who came up with the idea. I think it was Haim Saban, the main man behind it all, from the OG era to the franchise, which we all know to this day. But I still feel like Hasbro could have done a better job with the figures, specifically the Lightning Collection, because we all know that there were some major issues, such as with, well, that didn't make any sense, but what I'm trying to say is there were so many issues with the Wild Force Silver, Dino Fury Green, the Blue Centaurian, the Remastered Ranger figures, and I think also the Invisible Phantom Ranger, which a lot of fans and collectors were not happy about because no one really asked for that figure. But the one thing that annoyed me, or not annoyed me, but the one thing that really upset me about this figure the most, even though that it was from the remastered wave or line. Now you guys can probably already tell that this upper torso that I used was from the Wave 12 release of Mighty Morphin Black, because that was my first encounter with a QC problem, because the hand was like super, very hard to come off or whatever, to swap it out with the other set of hands that it would normally come with. And what ended up happening, it broke, but somehow I still have the arms. So pretty much what I did was, well, before I continued that story, I had a similar problem with my remastered blue. Now, the legs were straight up, like, really loose, especially the arms and the helmet. Like, you know how you would rotate them to move out and in or whatever? That was something that really irritated me. But the helmet part, like when you take their helmets off, I didn't like the newer versions of it, because I'd rather have this kind of ball joint or whatever for the helmet because it's easier and not difficult to do. And if you guys agree with me, then let me know in the comments down below. But there are so many characters from the comics and from the shows that a lot of fans like myself have been wanting to see in the Lightning Collection, such as Dark Downcharge Ranger, the rest of the Downcharge Rangers from Season 2. I still wish we could have gotten Ninjor in the Lightning Collection, which would have been a little difficult to do. But we have too much Mighty Morphin from the Lightning Collection, the VHS Ranger figures, which isn't that big of a deal because look at how amazing the figures are, except for this one because of the paint details on the boots, specifically the arm band cuffs and the legs, especially the shield not being painted gold, which upsets me. So I think Hasbro could have done a better job with that, especially their paint jobs or modeling on their accessories. But the Saba is like very detailed for the sculpting, like the coin, his head. I don't even know how Hasbro pulled it off, but they did an amazing job with the figures, even though that they were Walmart exclusives. Now here's the thing. When it comes to the comics, we all think about Lord Draken. And obviously we had the first version and Lord Draken Evolution 3 from the comics into the Lightning Collection. And then we ended up getting Tyrannosaurus Sentry, the Ranger Slayer, the Omega Ranger 4-pack, and I think the Invisible Phantom Ranger was also from the comics. Let me know if I'm right or wrong about that in the comments down below as well. And that was a lot of there was so many issues about that, was how Hasbro did the Invisible Phantom Ranger figure when a lot of us fans never even asked for that to happen or never wanted to see that as a figure. But it is true, though, that I would love to see other teams being completed for the Lightning Collection, even though that it's so-called dead. And that's just how I feel about it. So that's just my opinion. I might as well set this back on my wall shelf right quick. But there are two comic book characters from the Power Ranger comics that I would love to see as a final wave for the VHS Ranger figures, but only as a Walmart exclusive for the final time. And that is none other than the first version of Lord Draken and Ranger Slayer. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. You guys are probably going to be like, Thomas, you do realize that those characters are in the Lightning Collection, right? Well, yeah, but I think it would have been more awesome to see those characters in the VHS Ranger toy line. Because if you compare this, or if I had another Mighty Morphin Pink, I would just try to find a piece of fabric or cloth to do a cape and just repaint all the pink parts to the body black and all the white areas pink. I think that's how it was in the comics and in the Lightning Collection as well. Obviously, the figure did come with a repainted power bow, especially with the cool arrows for the effect piece from the Lightning Collection. But I still think they could have done that as a figure, especially with Lord Draken, even though that's just Mighty Morphin White and Mighty Morphin Green fused into one power. Now, the one thing that I also liked about the VHS Ranger figures was that you could always swap the Dragon Shield and put it on Mighty Morphin Black, Mighty Morphin Red, or Mighty Morphin Blue, even though that they never did that in the show. And they could have done that as another original footage. And speaking of the original footage, when it comes to Super Sentai, that's what bugs me the most. Because if you guys remembered with Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, they only adapted the Megazords from Q Ranger, but not the suits. And obviously, they had their own reasons. Now, I don't remember what their reasons were exactly, but I think they could have made some improvements, such as making Cosmic Fury a 20-episode season without any holiday episodes, such as Halloween, Christmas, because we all know how the Power Rangers franchise or series are when it comes to those specific holiday episodes. Obviously, with Mighty Morphin, we've gotten Christmas episodes, especially with different seasons. But some of the previous Power Ranger seasons before the Saban or Neo Saban era, we didn't really get any Halloween episodes, like for RPM, Jungle Fury, because obviously for Jungle Fury, that was like all... I almost want to say Master Oogway as a Kung Fu Panda joke or a reference, but I forgot who that one master was that was talking to Jared or Daishi from that one episode of when Casey, Theo, and Lily find that scroll or whatever. I think it was a Pai Schwa master. Don't know why we're talking about Jungle Fury now, but they could have done that for the Lightning Collection as well, like the full team of the 5 Rangers as a 5-pack for Amazon exclusives. That was one thing that really annoyed me as well, was how they do their 5-packs for clearly and specifically the Amazon exclusive stuff for the Lightning Collection. Because if you guys remembered, they did the Alien Ranger 5-pack, which wasn't only on Pulse at the time, but it also was on Amazon. Just like how they did the Psycho Ranger 5-pack as an Amazon exclusive. They also did some other exclusives like the Power Rangers Beast Morphers Blue Ranger and Beast Morphin Smash figure, which never got released into retailers like Walmart and Target, but only Amazon, because I did actually spot that a while back ago on Amazon, and it can only be found on Amazon, but I don't think it's in stock anymore. Okay, here's something else that, well, not here, but there was something else about Beast Morphers that I did and did not like with their toy line, and it was the fact of how they didn't even give us the Beast X King Zord and some of the other roleplay items, such as the Beast X Saber, even though that we got one of those basic non-electronic prop disguise weapons. I still have the prop disguise version of the Beast X Saber, but as a repainted, modified version. Actually, wait, they did do a Striker Saber prop disguise version, but I didn't think it was worth it at the time, but until I got my hands on this at Walmart from like many months ago, from like 2023. Obviously, this was like only $7 or $10, because I remember they had this at Walmart from Halloween time of last year, from 2023. So yeah. Now back onto the topic of the Playmate Toys and Hasbro. There's something about it that makes me less happy and excited. I think it's because of the whole section to the... Well, there was one section to the article that really...
From the article on toybook.com, it also said, as part of the agreement, Playmates holds licensing rights to develop additional cross-category Power Ranger products, including action figures, blasters, plush, role-play vehicles, and accessories. The deal encompasses global distribution across all regions, excluding Asia.
Now, another thing that really got me hyped and excited was how it mentioned action figures, accessories, blaster, roleplay. I think I already said accessories. No, yeah, I did. And it also mentioned plush, as in plushie toys or stuffed. You guys know what I mean. Now, I'm not into plushies or plush toys. I know there's a lot of people out there that only do stuff like that to collect them, but not to play with them, because I know kids would do that. Now, I'm not being negative about it. I'm just being honest, and I'm being more open-minded. But the one thing that I want to talk about is how the Lightning Collection has so many problems, such as the remastered figures, Dino Fury Green, Wild Force Lunar Ranger, and the Invisible Phantom Ranger that nobody asked for. And I still find that annoying, how each Lightning Collection figure gets loose, gets broken, has a missing piece that didn't come with the figure. Now, when I first bought the Wave 12 released version of Mighty Morphin Black of Adam, there were a little bit of issues, such as the right hand not really rotating because it was very stiff at the time. It wouldn't even let me swap the hands out that it came with. Thankfully, I was trying to put one of the extra set of hands on, but I was being as careful as I can, and then I had to end up applying pressure to rip or yank the hand off, which ended up breaking the arm, I guess you could say it like that. And that got me really upset. I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna keep the arms. But the legs, like where the boots were, those were completely loose, and those also ended up breaking or snapping off as well. But what did I end up doing to remaster Blue? I took the figure apart because the legs were completely loose at the time, especially the arms where you can like rotate them. Well, not how you like rotate them like this, but where you can make the arms go out and in. That part was like super loose, so I had to do something about it. I decided to take that apart, or both figures apart, and fix Remastered Blue by using the waist or main torso area to Mighty Morphin Black and repaint it blue from using acrylic paint and then using super glue on the belt. And that's probably going to be one of the stupidest things I'm ever going to do when it comes to fixing a Lightning Collection figure to put them back together. Now, obviously, I did have to super glue this part onto the figure in order for the legs to not be loose, especially with the arms. Like, the articulation is so much better on this version of the figure's torso, just not the remastered. And another thing that I thought was really annoying at the time was how they had the little ball joints where you would like snap the helmets off to put their civilian heads on from the remastered figures. Yeah, I was just really tired and annoyed of Hasbro doing their remastered figures like that, so I was like, why not keep it the way how it should have been? Even though that we did get the original and first ever release of Mighty Morphin Blue many years ago from one of the previous waves to the Lightning Collection. But the one figure that I really want to mention or talk about that had a lot of QC problems was the Wild Force Silver Lunar Ranger, or to make it easier, Merrick. Now, ever since I got this and reviewed the whole entire set, even though I never took red and pink out of the packagings except for silver and the Zeo Cog, there were so many collectors complaining or having issues that the boots were not painted silver. The stripes on the chest, there was like only 3 stripes or 4 stripes when it was originally supposed to have 5. I think this has 5. Oh, yeah, this does have 5 because the last time I saw a Wild Force figure in stores from like a year-ish or 2 ago, the boots were painted white, and there was only 3 or 4 stripes on it. And I'm like, that's annoying. I don't want to get a figure like that with that type of problem. And we can all agree on that. But when it came to the Down and Fury Green Lightning Collection figure, the only issues they had were like broken pieces, parts of the articulation ended up being loose, other stuff as well, like I already mentioned. But ever since Hasbro released their Dino Fury 6-inch figures, the articulation isn't that bad, but the paint job is spot on, even though that they didn't paint the sabers and their morphers on the wrist from Dino Fury. Now, to show off an example on one of the figures with their morphers and weapons, I thought I'd use Ion for an example because I repainted the whole entire body gold. Well, not the blue parts on the boots and the arm, but pretty much this whole section to the figure. I had to repaint gold, repainted this section white, repainted the morpher and this part of the blade, and this part as well for the Moses Saber. So yeah, this was the only example that I wanted to show off. I was going to show off Down for Blue, but I've got the Terra Freeze armor on the figure. Something that I kind of sort of want to see happen again for the future is to see another adaptation. Now, a lot of you guys may think I'm crazy, but hear me out. I know Power Rangers Cosmic Fury only had 10 episodes. But the one thing that upset a lot of the fans was how they only did the Q Ranger Megazord footage, but not the Q Ranger suits. But a while back ago on my community page or community post here on my channel, I asked you guys something about. Let me pull it up right quick on my iPad because I've got it right next to me, and I've got my gear tiller next to me as well. So let's pull it up on my iPad right quick. Head on over to my channel. And also just recently, like many days or weeks ago, but we finally hit or reached, I could say, 6,000 subs here on the channel. So thank you guys so much for all the love and the support, and for the amazing comments and compliments I've been getting on my videos and from you guys. So keep it up, and I might start working on more videos where I give out shout outs to a lot of you guys. And I might even bring back some reaction videos such as movie trailers. Because I know my one good friend, Xavier, also known as Triax Studios, which is his channel, which he does his Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Power Ranger Morphs. He has another channel that he's had for a while, but he did a Deadpool and Wolverine movie reaction video recently from today or yesterday, if I'm correct. So yeah, let's go to my channel. Let's go to my community post. And it was how many days ago, I think? No, it was 3 weeks ago. No, wait, hold on. It wasn't from 3 weeks ago. It was a month ago, actually. And I asked you guys on a community post, I specifically said, since that Power Rangers Cosmic Fury was an okay season, which it technically was, which Super Sentai season would you want to adapt after or before Cosmic Fury? In my opinion, well, I already gave my opinion, and I said I would say Zenkaiger. Now, 78% of you guys voted for Zenkaiger, but 16% of you guys voted for Kira Major, and then 7% of you guys voted for Dawn Brothers. And I can see why Zenkaiger would have been a good series for an adaptation for Power Rangers, because obviously they use gears and they have the gear to land. But the question is, what would the morph call be if it was ever going to be adapted? Or would they end up using original morphers like what they did for Cosmic Fury? I can't even think of a original morph call or morphing sequence for Zenkaiger if it was adapted. Now, for the longest time, I've had like all the Ranger Zenkaiger gears and the Zenkai buckle. But still, though, I wish Zenkaiger was adapted after Cosmic Fury. But I think they could have done the same thing what they did for the Zenkai Red suit, which was technically it was the Zenkaiser suit, but it was just all red. But the only thing that would have made it look 10 times better is if they used the helmets that they used from Zenkai Gaon, Vroom, Majin, and Juran, by using those helmets and put it on the Zenkaiser suit and those Ranger colors, like a male or a female yellow, pink, blue, red, and a white Ranger, because obviously Kaito was the leader to the team. So I'm like, what if we get another White Ranger leader in the Power Rangers franchise? Because we all know that in season 2, Tommy ended up becoming the leader to the team when he first got his White Ranger powers after his Dragon Zord Green Ranger powers were destroyed after destroying the Green Candle, or Crystal, you could say. Because Lord Zed wanted to use his own Green Ranger powers to make his own team of Dark Rangers, which did happen. I thought that was probably one of the coolest moments in the Power Rangers history for Mighty Morphin. So yeah, there is one part or footage that I want to show off right quick that Black Nerd Comedies mentioned on his channel. So roll the footage. It also, credit goes to Black Nerd Comedy and shout out goes to him. So yeah, let's roll the footage.
Here's a quote from the president of licensed consumer products at Hasbro, Casey Collins. Playmates' ability to interpret character-based storytelling in highly detailed, innovative, and affordable products has revitalized several iconic brands. They are the perfect fit to fully expand the Power Rangers franchise. While we'll continue to provide oversight and direction on future Power Rangers product ranges, Playmates will leverage its action figure and accessory design, development, and marketing expertise to create an entirely new play and collecting experience for fans of all ages. With two powerhouse companies coming together to support a powerhouse brand, the potential is limitless. So from that quote, I don't want to read too much into it, but from that quote, what I'm hearing is that Hasbro has the Power Rangers brand, and they will be looking at how to put the Power Rangers brand out there in general. So whether it's product, media, new shows, movies, comics, whatever, they're going to be overseeing all of that. But it sounds to me from that quote that when it comes to the toys, specifically the action figures, the collectibles, both the kid targeted stuff and the collector targeted stuff, it's sounding like Playmates is going to be in charge of that part of it. Like they're going to be working together with Hasbro, but when it comes to the actual creation, the manufacturing of it, it seems that Playmates is going to be the one in charge of that. So I don't know if that's the case because it's really hard to tell. Hasbro is someone who makes toys, so it's like, would they still keep making Power Ranger toys? But obviously Hasbro has some huge brands, Transformers, G.I. Joe. They do a lot of the Marvel and Star Wars stuff. I love Hasbro, and I think they've done a lot of stuff with Power Rangers. But
just from rewatching that clip from Black Nerd Comedy's video on his channel, I personally agree with him, even though that it's his opinion and his own thoughts. I mean, he does have a fair point, though. But either way, this is going to wrap up today's video. So if you guys are new to the channel... Oh, wait, hold on. This isn't the end of the video, because I have one major announcement to all of my Power Ranger fans and to my non-Power Ranger fans out there. Can I get a drum roll, please? I'm officially bringing back some brand spanking new stop motion content here on the channel. Whether if it's Power Rangers or Toy Story, even though that the Buzz Lightyear doing a backflip didn't have a decent amount of views or likes. I'm working on my own stop motion short film with my own canon universe with Toy Story meeting the Power Rangers. And we do get to see a little bit of that in the upcoming stop motion fan film, which I've been working on for like a day or two, even though I've been taking decent breaks. As of right now, it's like almost 3 or 4 minutes long. I don't know how many days or weeks I'm going to work on this, because I want to be able to post it on my channel, put my intro and outro for my YouTube channel to that. But either way, this is going to wrap up today's video, and thank you guys so much for watching this amazing discussion video on the Hasbro and Playmate Toys partnership. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell with all notifications on to never miss out on another video every single week in the multiverse of Power Rangers. And also, I mentioned this from the very beginning of the video, but don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Links will be in the description down below. And I will see you guys later in the next Power Rangers related video. Until next time, you guys, I will see you later.